Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I am back with another video here. So, the draft lottery is tonight, and Philadelphia Flyers will be selecting number 5 overall in the 2022 NHL Draft. So the lottery took a little bit. Before I started recording, I kind of sat down and did some research, just on a couple of different things. Just before I get into it, this is a quote from Brent Flair, the Flyers assistant general manager. He said, "Anytime you go through a year like we had, it's been tough on everybody, but the one thing we got is a top pick. This year, getting a top 5 pick, there are a lot of players we like high up on the board, and we're going to get a quality player that's really going to help the organization in the coming years." So obviously, that is one question that everybody has kind of thrown out there. Do the Flyers draft or do they trade the pick? And I believe they should draft because, if I'm being honest, they really don't have much star talent in their prospect system. Outside of the few guys that are, played this year, guys like Frost, Noah Cates, guys like that. So really, besides that, they don't have any much younger, crazier talent. They have summer guys. They have some guys: Tyson Forster, Zay Wisdom, Elliot Dinoyer. And obviously there's more, but outside of that, there isn't much. And if you're looking at the odds, the Flyers stay where they had the best odds. If you go to the best best odds per tankathon, the Flyers had a 44.9% chance to get fifth, so 45% pretty much to get the 5th overall pick. New Jersey, they move up to number 2 at 8.8%. Seattle, they go down to 4. That was their number 1 spot. Arizona, they also stay at 3, where that was their second best odds there. Montreal wins. They had the best odds to get number 1, and they win in the hometown. Look, I personally think the lottery is rigged. Like, Montreal wins it, and then you have New Jersey going up. Like, this is like the fourth time in the last 5 years New Jersey's been in the top 5. 2021, they had the 4th overall pick. 2020 they had the 7th. 2019 they went first. 2018 they went 17th. That was when they made the playoffs that year. 2017 they're number 1, and now this year they're number 2. So number one, 4, and then 2. That's 4 times in the last 5-6 years there for the Devils. As if the Devils aren't necessarily in a spot like that. They're constantly getting help with the draft, and they've gotten a couple good players. Obviously, they've gotten Jack Hughes, they got Luke Hughes, Nico Hischier. So obviously, they've been helped out by that. But as for the Flyers, I think I think number 5 is a good pick. I do think the Flyers should draft. As I said, they don't have much talent outside of a handful of these guys, like I mentioned. And look, this is the first time you've had a pick like this in a while, where you're kind of in a spot where it's like, well, one, this is only the 8th time in franchise history that they've had a pick like this. Number 2, the last time they did it, they took Patrick, and it didn't necessarily work out. Everybody knows how that happened, and Ryan Ellis is here because of that. The time before that was James Van Riemsdyk. But again, if you're sitting here and you're looking at this, who are some guys that the Flyers could get? I think Shane Wright goes number 1. I think Cooley is going to go number 2 to New Jersey. Slafkovsky, I think, could go 3 to Arizona. I think Savoie or Jiricek goes to Seattle. I think if you say it's Jiricek, I think the Flyers take Savoie. Vice versa, if it's Savoie, take Jiricek. I think Nemec is a possibility. I think Joachim Kemmel is a possibility. I will be doing a video on guys that I do think the Flyers could be taking at that pick, and I'll be doing some insight on some of these players as well, starting soon. Again, the draft is 2 months away. There's time here, but I think number 5 is a good spot for the Flyers. Overall, I think they have a pretty good selection, and I just think in general, I'm not really too mad about where they're picking. I think it's a good pick. I think they're going to be able to get a good player. And going back to what I was saying about the top 5 picks for the Flyers in recent years. This is a tweet from Jordan Hall. Nolan Patrick in 2017 at number 2 overall. And Riemsdyk in 2007, like I mentioned, at number 2 overall. Yoni Pekkanen was before that in 2002 at number 4 overall. Mike Ricci in 1990, number 4. Ron Sutter, 1982, that was number 4 overall. Mel Brigman in 1975, number 1 overall. Flyers have only picked number 1 once, and that was in 75. And Serge Bernier in 1967 at number 5 overall. So this is only the 8th time in franchise history that the Flyers have a top 5 pick, and I do think they will draft it. I think there's a lot of good players here. Like, again, I think Nemec could be a good possibility. I do like Jiricek. I think Kemmel, he's a good shooter. Like, that's something that the team desperately does need as well. They have it with some guys, but they don't with others. So, they did take a shooter a couple years ago in Forster. I don't know if they'll go that route. They do not have a defenseman. I should say a right-handed shot defenseman outside of Wyatt Wiley that could legit make the NHL. I don't even know if Wiley could. So there's a lot to look at here, and I think there are some good players. You also have Cutter Gauthier with the U.S. program, because that's the other thing with the U.S. is they churn out so many good players. So we will see what happens. Flyers will be selecting number 5 overall. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember to check out SeatGeek, and always the merchandise and all that stuff is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon.